There are many nice stories about Aṣṭavakra and Janaka. Many stories. They're all in the tradition. They are all transmitted word of mouth. So one story was this, that one day the Emperor Janaka, he went to sleep, and suddenly late in the night he was awakened by a soldier, a guard. Sir, your highness, please wake up. We are under great danger. The enemy has attacked our empire. So the Janaka jumps out of his bed and he says, get me my armor, my sword and my bow and arrow, and call the cavalry and call the generals. Let's go out and fight this invader. And they go out, and there's a terrible battle. And a terrible battle in which Janaka's army is defeated, and poor Janaka is captured and dragged before the enemy, the invader. And the invader says, "Oh Janaka, you come of royal birth, so I will not execute you, I will not kill you, but I exile you from your kingdom. Go, leave this kingdom, this empire, it's mine now, I've conquered it." And so poor Janaka, he stumbles out of the tent of the invader. He's tired and wounded and bleeding, and desperately he goes from house to house, give me a little bit of water, give me a little bit of food, and they are all his own capital. People say, "Oh sire, we are so sorry, but the new emperor is cruel and it is tyrannical. We can't help you, he might kill us." And poor Janaka now, he can do nothing. He struggles onwards and onwards. Finally, he comes to the next kingdom, crosses the border, which leads me to think it couldn't have been that big an empire, So he goes to the next kingdom, and as he crosses the border, he sees this poor people being fed, like a soup kitchen. There it is, in India it is khichdi. So rice and lentils and dal and all of that, dal and rice and together. And the big cauldron, and it's being served. And Janaka stands in the line, in the queue. And when it is his turn, he's at the end of the queue, he comes forward, he can't take it anymore. He's tired and traumatized and deeply unhappy and depressed. And they give him a bowl and they say that, "Well, it's all finished, but there's a little bit of gruel at the bottom of the cauldron. We can give it to you. You look like a good person fallen on hard days." And Janaka says, "For the love of God, give me anything that you have. It's terrible." And they give him that one, and with trembling hand, he brings the bowl to his lips. A kite which was circling up there, it swoops down and knocks the bowl from his hand, which goes rolling in the dust. And Janaka cannot take it anymore. He collapses, falls in the dust, crying out. In Hindi, the story was "ha ha kar karte huye," crying out "ha ha," but "ha ha" in English is just the opposite of "ha ha" in Hindi. That's the "ha ha" in English. In Hindi and in Sanskrit, "ha ha" means "alas, alas." Crying out "alas," Janaka collapses in the dust and sits up on his bed. And then he blinks, and the guard runs in and says, "Sir, did you shout? Did you call? Is anything wrong?" And Janaka, now we would have said, "Oh, it was a nightmare. What did I eat before going to bed?" This is a nightmare. But Janaka is a philosopher. He has had many Vedanta classes. So he says, "Was that true or is this true? Wo sach ya ye sach," in Hindi. Wo sach ya ye sach. Was that true or is this true? And the guard is confused. He retreats in confusion. He goes and calls the queen. The queen comes, "Now what's wrong with you?" And at this late hour in the night, and Janaka says, "Was that true or is this true?" The queen is confused. "Call the doctor." And the doctor comes and takes the pulse and says, "Emperor, your sire, what is wrong? Does it hurt? Tell me, was that true or is this true?" And that goes on. Next day, nothing is getting done in the court. And it spreads. There was no Twitter or Facebook or anything. But the grapevine is there. And it spreads across the city, the capital, that the emperor has gone crazy. And who is visiting the capital? But none other than the sage Aṣṭavakra, Janaka's teacher. He's walking down the market and he hears people gossiping. The emperor is crazy. He's lost his mind. He just keeps saying, "Was that true or is this true?" And Aṣṭavakra says, "I must visit my friend and disciple." And he goes to the court and he sees that the emperor is sitting there, his queen is there, and the ministers are there, and the generals are there, and the officers. Nothing is getting done because they come up maybe with a bill or something like that. Emperor, please sign it. And he says, was that true or is this true? And everybody's confused. They don't know what to say. And Aṣṭavakra comes and says to the emperor, how are you today, emperor? And the emperor says, was that true or is this true? Aṣṭavakra, of course, he knows, he's a sage, so he knows what's in the emperor's mind. So he says, that horror, that defeat, that humiliation, that pain and suffering when you were rolling in the dust and crying, the ha-ha bit, all of that, is that here now? The emperor seems to come out of a stupor and says, no. And this, your glory, the queen and the generals and your army and your power and your empire and this throne, was all of this there when you were rolling in the dust there? Janaka says, no, this wasn't there and that is not here. Then, O emperor, neither that is true nor this is true. Na ye sach, na wo sach in Hindi. Neither this is true nor... Now Janaka is horrified. Is nothing true? Then is nothing true? That is not true, this is not true, then nothing true, everything is false. Aṣṭavakra says, O emperor, there that was not true. That was a dream. That was not true. But did you experience it? Yes. So you were there. You, the experiencer, were there. Yes. And this is also not true. But are you experiencing it? That you cannot deny. Yes. You were there. And you are here. Yes. Then, O emperor, neither this is true nor that is true, but you are the truth. You are the truth. Na ye sach, na wo sach, tum hi sach. You means consciousness, not the body. Not the body, the healthy body of the emperor and the body which is wounded and rolling in the dust. Both cannot be true. Which one is true then? The mind of the defeated emperor and the mind of the emperor resplendent in all his might, that also cannot be true. The both are contradictory. But the awareness which experienced that is the same awareness experiencing this. That is one and unchanged. True or false, whatever it is, has to be experienced by that awareness. That awareness is the truth.